Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Ian Lightfoot from Onward. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so I'm going to do a little something different, a little dynamic pose. Is that the best way to say it? I just want more something animated, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm doing is, and I kind of have a feeling that this isn't going to take very long because he's just got clothes, pants, shirt, pants, and shoes, you know what I mean? So if I can, I'm going to try to also draw the dad. So, you know, just the pants, like he's standing right here kind of thing. So I kind of want him like surprise, like jumping back, like, whoa, what is that? So I'm going for a more animated pose. So that's what I'm trying to say. I'm taking the long way to get there, but I'm trying to tell you we're going to do something a little more animated. How's that? Now, I'm not going to make him look animated. I'm going to still try for a oh, you know what? You know what I just realized too? The way I had him, it wasn't dynamic. It wasn't jumping, so to speak. Because he was just stoic. He was just kind of standing there. And while that was good, it wasn't surprised, you know? And I guess that's a lot of the natural feel. There we go. A natural feel to the emotion I'm trying to convey with the drawing. Whereas before, that leg was straight down, and that just looks like he's just kicking his leg out. This is more, he's fallen back. He's more, you know, taken back, I guess is the word I'm looking for, because he's surprised. He wasn't expecting, you know, Dad to be all invisible. And at this point, too, I haven't seen the movie. Like, I do these before the movie comes out, so I can have it ready in time. And I have not seen the movie yet, so this is kind of a guess at what he looks like, and more of having fun with the look, you know. Okay, so that works. That works. Let me draw his other arm over here too. I like where I'm going with this. This worked out pretty well. Let's see what I can do for a hand here. How about... There we go. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. So, let me flesh it out real fast. It's kind of some foreshortened stuff, but that's what worked for this pose, you know? So, bear with me. No bears involved, but just bear with me talking over this drawing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There we go. Not bad, not bad. All right, that'll work. That will work. Let me just draw a few minor little details. Now I just got to work on the face too, right? But a few little extra details right here. Because like I said, he's mostly just a shirt, pants, and shoes, you know? So let me figure out a face for him real fast, because I guess this is going to be the next trick, is how much, let's see where I go with this, like how much detail I'm going to add to him, because I want to make him more real, but you know, he's got a certain look to him, so I kind of can't go too real without losing some of that look. I think that'll work. Just give him more of a that's too low. Well, I don't know. Let me see. I don't know. I'm just talking it through now. Don't listen to me. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I think that might work. I kind of gave him a big bulbous nose because his face has a big nose design. I just didn't want to go too crazy and make it look super cartoony, even though he is. You know, I get it. You know, that's the look of him. I just don't want to get out of the realm of realness, you know, because I kind of like that my ability to keep it in a real world human feel, you know. Okay, so let's see. How about we draw? Let's draw his dad's legs, something like this. Okay, we should have time to do this, because like I said, I think this is gonna go pretty quick. Boy, I don't know what his shoes look like. Just regular old shoes, huh? We'll just draw them like this. And there we go. Okay, so I think we're ready. I'm going to... I guess he needs a belt. I'm going to switch over to Sharpie and erase some of this sketch. A lot of it is just sketch after sketch, because a lot of the way I do is I just draw lines until I start to see where I want to go. And in the end, I want the Sharpie to stand out and not the pencil lines. So I like to, as I get more confident with my lines get darker, and the less confident lines, they were super light. So those will disappear first as I'm lightly erasing. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Just getting rid of some of that sketchiness. You just want to work with your confidence, right? Okay, here we go. Let me retape real fast because I just lifted up my paper while I was erasing. Now, all right, let's do it. Let's move over. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be working with a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point and can find the things that the fine point can't quite find. So I'm going to use the fine point to start with the tiny details like the face. I've sketched the entire thing out and I've erased the lightness, but I can still see the dark confidence lines that I liked towards the end, and that's what I'm going to build on. So, I lost my picture. Hang on. So, here we go. I'm going to work with the face, and I'm going to draw kind of a surprised look in the eyes, so they're kind of a little more open. And I kind of go with a mix of real versus cartoon. So my style, how I draw, is more of a real version than an animated version. But I've kind of married both, so you'll see where we're going to go with this. So I'm going to draw the top of the eyes, or the top of the eyelids, like this. Again, a little surprise, a little round. And I'm going to draw the pupils, and I'm going to try to point them down this way because they're looking at Dad's legs. We're going to draw his legs as well. So I'm going to draw the pupils down like this, a little more down, like that. I'm sorry, the retinas, the pupils, if I can put them in, are going to be like that. It's hard to add them with this Sharpie because this will bleed, and I can only do so much. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add just a little bit of the bottom of the eye like this, because like I said, it'll bleed if I go too far. So I'm just going to add that and imply the bottom of the eye. The color will take care of the rest, but for this, for my drawing, I can't draw underneath there. You can if you're working with pencil, or if your drawing is bigger, but mine is so tiny, that's where I'm going to go. So now I'm going to draw his eyes, his eyebrows, in a surprised, you know, up like this fashion. Same thing like that. Okay, so now I can draw his ridge, the bridge of his nose like this. And so I'm giving him kind of a bigger nose because their version is pretty big. So I'm just going to exaggerate a human nose, but some people do have bigger noses, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to draw the edge, and the angle that we have him at, I can draw a little bit more details. So I'm going to do something like that. And I'm not going to worry about this nostril except for that. That's all I'm going to do. Because again, I don't want it to bleed. And his mouth, he's got a tiny little mouth, but he's surprised. So I'm going to draw the top of his lip like this, down, and I'm going to leave it open like that. There we go. And that kind of gives him his trademark tiny mouth, but shocked, open surprise at half a dad. Okay, so let's see. That means I could draw his chin right here. And I'm going to start to thicken it up because this Sharpie is super thick. And I know what it's going to look like, so I'm starting to match what's going to happen there. If you're working with the pencil, you don't have to do this. I'm just getting prepared for what I know is about to happen. All right, so his jawline up like this. And now I can draw the edge of his face over here. So I'm going to come over here and draw his cheekbone to his eye, to the side of his head, like this. And again, I'm going to start to thicken this up just a little bit for myself. All right, and I can see a little bit of the ear over here like that. So I'm just going to do that part of the ear. And his ear over here is going to come in like this. I'm going to stick it way out like that. I'm going to really exaggerate that ear. Okay, I'm going to bring it back in this way. Like that. And we'll draw like the little edge to it like that. And that's all I'm going to do. So for his hair, I think I can switch over to the big Sharpie now. I'm just going to kind of draw a little bit of detail like that, just to add, like I said, stuff I can't quite do with that big Sharpie. And then I'll come back with the big Sharpie and do the rest. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to draw the back of his hair like this. So see how thick that is? That's what I'm saying. I know how thin that is versus this, and I just wanted to be prepared for it and get ready for it. So I'm going to draw some messy hair like this, and I'm going to add some detail with this in a second. I just wanted to bring it in and get ready like that. All right, so big messy hair like that, and there we go. That's just my edge. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of craziness like this. And you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can add whatever you want. You know, you don't have to draw the exact lines I'm doing. I'm just drawing like some crazy. This is his bushy hair. You know, and this is the look he's got. Color is going to take care of a lot of that. So I just wanted to draw some messiness almost. You know. All right. So let's move on. So I'm going to draw his neck down to his collar. And one thing I was talking about in the sketch is that there's not a lot to him because he's wearing just, you know, shirt, pants, and shoes. So that's why I'm going to add in the dad over here. So I'm just going to draw his shirt now. So I'm going to draw his collar in like this. Draw the other side down, bring it over. And here, we'll do this. Just to give you that edge. I see a little point that I want to try to get that I couldn't quite get with that Sharpie. There you go. So now I'm going to draw his shoulders. I'm going to come over here like this. This one's a little up like that, a little higher from the angle he's at. And he's kind of like taken aback, a little surprised. So he's kind of leaning back this way. So this arm is leaning back. Okay, so we're just going to draw his shirt like this. Draw the other side of his sleeve like that. Going to bring it in for I was going to say the collar, but the cuff. Bring it in for the cuff. And I'm going to draw a few creases and folds because I like that. It helps bring your drawing alive, and it kind of gives you a little something extra too, because we just had just a blank spot right there, you know? That helps to give us a little something extra. All right, so this hand is kind of like this. So we got a little bit of foreshortening here with the thumb and where we are. So I'm gonna draw the thumb out here like this, and then I'll come back and add a little detail on that in a second. So here's the back of the hand, here's the first finger, like this, and everything else is kind of behind it. So that means I can bring the middle finger like this, the ring finger like this, and then the pinky I'm gonna have out just a little bit extra, kind of like I can't quite show you, kind of like that. So it's kind of like in surprise, it's more sticking out, you know? It's a little more dynamic, a little more dramatic. That's the word I'm looking for, you know, to kind of show that he's surprised. All right, so now I'm gonna add just a little bit of extra detail with the fine Sharpie. And I'm just kind of adding some extra lines from where his hands are, you know, palm lines, basically. So you don't have to do exactly like I'm doing. I'm just adding a little extra just to make it dramatic, like I was saying up there. Up there, back there, in that previous part of the video. All right, I think we're good with the hand. Oh, I'm sorry. I told you for the thumb I was going to add some lines here just to show you, and that's it. It's already too far, so color will hopefully hide that, but I just wanted to add a few lines so it wasn't just nothing, you know? All right. Okay, so now let's draw this one over here. And to help you out, let's go ahead and finish up the shirt so you see where we are. All right. There we go. So I'm going to draw this arm, but this hand is in front of everything, so it's again foreshortened in front of you. So ooh, that's super dramatic. It's not going to be quite like that, but it's something like this. So bear with me, and then we'll add detail in a second. So let's get started with, how about we draw the ring finger, and that'll kind of guide us as to where everything's going to be, right? I've sketched it out so I know where I am. I'm just trying to help you to see where we're going. All right, so there's these two fingers bent in like that, and then these two are out like that. Kind of a big shock and surprise. Okay, and there's going to be the thumb. Again, once we add some detail, you'll see more where we're going with this, and it'll probably make more sense. Okay, so there we go. Does that make sense now? How we have the fingers? Because the knuckles will be back here, and right there like that. And that's all we can really do. And they're kind of wrapped around. It's hard to add some detail with such tiny stuff. But there we go. Does that make sense now? How the hand is kind of like this in shock and surprise? All right. So again, like I was saying, it's kind of over itself. So now all we got to really do is draw where the rest of the arm would be behind everything, and then we can bring it up. All right. And now I'm going to add those creases and folds. Okay. There we go. You know what? Let's add just because we can. Let's add the seam in his shirt, and also that'll help us add little dramatic curves to it. You know. There we go. All right. So now we're just going to draw again pants and shoes. So I've got him on one leg, and the other one's kind of kicked back, kind of like he's falling back in surprise, shock and surprise. Okay. So I'm going to draw this leg to the knee like that. I'm going to draw his butt to the inside of his leg like this, and he's got kind of a big cuff for his pants. And see what I'm saying? We're pretty much done. There's not too much more we're going to do because it's just pants. You know, there's not a lot of detail. So let's draw this shoe here. Just going to bring it down. Kind of a big toe for like a Chuck, like a Converse. And let's see the sole. It's kind of like that. Bring it down like this. We'll add a little bit of that Chuck toe like this. Coming up. And so again, see, there's not too much we can do. I'll add some creases for his pants. But again, color is going to take care of a lot of that. So let's just do the other one. So his front is coming down like this. We'll add some creases for his pants like that. There's his zipper. Okay. Then I'm going to bring that leg down. It's going to come about to right here. There's the knee, back of the leg. Same thing to the big cuffs. Like that. Whoops. Don't do that. Shouldn't have done that. But you know what? Oh well. What's done is done. All right. And let's see. Same thing. We're just going to draw the shoe. Come down here like this. Little Chuck front. Come in like that. Add some of that detail. There we go. Let's add a front there too. Might as well. Bring it in, up like that. Let's see, the laces would be something like this. And there we go. So now that that's all we can pretty much do there. If you want to stop, you can. I'm going to draw some pants for Dad. So I'm going to draw, let's draw the top. Like this. We're going to add tiny little spots for the loops of his belt. I'm going to come down, I'm going to draw that belt. We'll say that's the buckle. Like that. And let's see, I'm just going to come down here. There's the pants. Same thing here. And I've sketched it out, so that's why I'm just drawing the lines like I saw them, because that's what I did. That's where I sketched. Okay. So I'll add some detail there in a second. So here's the front of his toe. Like this. There's that heel. I'm going to come down like here. Connect right there. Like that. And again, let's add some detail. So, let's see. There's the front of his shoe. He's got a little bit of a heel. There's the front. And we'll say that's the front of that. There's that. He's got laces, but we're just not going to worry about those. That we can do that with color. Let's just add some creases and folds here, just to kind of accent the front of him. And same thing for his crotch. We're going to do his zipper like that. We're going to add some lines where his pants would crease and fold and bend. Not too many, just some. And a little bit more for his pocket, like that. Some up here in the front, like that. And there we go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Ian Lightfoot from Onward. Oh, I'm sorry. Ian and Dad from Onward. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.